All right. Let's do this. All right, I'm live. Yeah, let's uh let's talk some video games, man. Specifically, let's shift gears because usually the topics about Xbox, but I do want to talk about the terrible year that Sony's having. And how Spider-Man 2 is another failure in that cat. Don't tell me about no damn review score, none of that nonsense. Hey, what's up, Zinc? Thank you for making it. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hope you guys could enjoy enjoy some video game talk on this Sunday night, and then after that, we gonna get back to it, man. We're gonna enjoy the rest of our week, you know. Uh, but first and foremost, yeah, Spider-Man 2 isn't the W the gaming media want you to think. Hey, what's up, Tool Man? What's up, man? Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is not the because here's the thing. This has been an awful year for PlayStation. No games. Final Fantasy 16 flop. Forspoken flopped. They couldn't stop the Activision deal, you know. So everything pretty much boiled down to, hey, yeah, what's up, Zinc and Toolman? Yeah, everything pretty much boiled down to Spider-Man. Because let's be real, that's all this company has left. That's all this company has left is Spider-Man. And well, the media is trying very, 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 very hard to pretend this game is the best game of the year, you know. And look at this, man. And yet, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to be all that great to me. Now, first of all, how new can a game be when it's your third time in New York City in 5 years, right? And as you can see on screen, leaving mission. You are leaving the mission area. Please head back to the mission area. Now, y'all remember before Starfield came out, how there was this quote unquote controversy on if you were too far away, it would pretty much bring you back to. I guess it would have this same warning. Now, I gotta say, in all my time in play Starfield, I've never seen that. I've never seen that barrier warning of you're too far out. Can you return? You need to return. And here, in typical Sony fashion, when you're doing a main mission, you can't break away from it. And here's the thing: that's actually pretty common in these type of games, right? It's just funny that it was used as hate in Starfield, but now in Spider-Man, oh, here's the excuses. Even look at this exclusive. Not the same comparison. That's just a linear mission. In Starfield, it was a complaint was warranted when they said you could just explore everything. Yeah, you can pretty much explore everything in Starfield. And here again, many of us, and even this guy replies, "Say in my 100 hours of playing Starfield, I never encountered a single invisible wall." Same here. Same here. And yeah, Zinc, PlayStation VR flopped. Uh, again, just an awful year for Sony, right? And Spider Man is not saving this awful, terrible year. You know, and here's the thing: I've been trying to tell people for forever. I've been trying to tell them forever. There's there's no one game now that Xbox owns Bethesda, Activision, Halo, and all that. There's no one game that Sony could release that could compare it to what Xbox is doing because Game Pass is just all that encompassing and powerful. The PlayStation handheld flop. Yeah, I don't even think that's been released yet, Zinc. Hey, what's up, Darth Raven? Or Darth Revan? What's up, man? Yeah, I don't even think that's out yet, man. But hey, again, but let's be real. Is it going to do Switch numbers? Not even close. Now, I'm not even sure if it's technically trying to compete with the Switch. But point being, man, Spider Man. It turns out it's not the savior. Spider Man isn't the one. Spider-Man, like in the comics, learned he can't save everybody. In this case, everybody is Sony. You know, this game. Here's the thing: the game got all these bugs and issues and stuff, and everybody is just the media is just trying so hard to. It's weird because when it came to Starfield, they they were so quick to point out um bugs, even when we were saying stuff like, "Huh, I didn't experience that," right? But it's like it's the polar opposite with Spider-Man, where yeah, there are bugs, there are issues, and yet nothing, just silence. And then while Xbox has so many games in the work, that even today I just saw people can fly confirm Project Maverick is the Xbox project. So they got all these they got all these AAA games. It's probably gonna be another new IP, something that y'all asked for, and yet the gaming world's trying so hard to tell me that Spider-Man 2, right? This is the big game of the year. Sorry, I just don't buy it. Even if Spider-Man, let's say that Spider-Man really is as great as they're saying, and that the game didn't have issues. It's just one game, and that one game does not compare to the crazy lineup Xbox has had, not only with their first party and third party output, but with their Game Pass output, which has been spectacular this year. It's can you really make an argument that 2023 was an Xbox's best year in a long time? And this is come and mind you, remember back in 2021, Xbox was rated as the highest rated publisher according to review score, something that I don't even fuck with. I'm not a review score guy, but so that just shows you how great this year has been for Xbox, and it's just been the polar opposite for Sony. And every once in a while, I'll see the neutrals. They'll play the neutral game of, oh, it's great for everybody. But I got to be honest with you. I don't think this year was great for Sony at all. Not even a little bit, not even remotely, not even kind of good. This year just seems to be downright terrible for the brand. Where how can I put this? You know, well, let me ask you this: if you're a pro PlayStation guy, if you like PlayStation, you don't even got to be a PlayStation fanboy, just somebody who likes it. What was the best thing they've done this year? Like, what is their standout moment? Because on the Xbox side, man, yo, yeah, sorry guys, got distracted there for a second. Yeah, because on the Xbox side again, Hi-Fi Rush in January, Redfall in May, Starfield in September, Forza this month, and then you look at the Game Pass, you got games like Gotham Knights and Like a Dragon Ishin just hitting there as well. Definitely not a great year for Sony, no matter what the media bias says. Yeah, this has been a horrible year. Just L after L after L, nothing's going their way. We learned so much information about their business practices that we know that's not lighting the world on fire. A- And so now that Spider-Man 2's here, it's officially released. It's a game that I'll probably play at when it's $20 because I enjoy superhero games. You could just tell that the gaming media is clearly overcompensating. The PlayStation fanboys are clearly overcompensating with this game, trying to pretend it's the greatest game they've ever played and a and true next gen experience. But when you ask them what it does new, that's where the excuses come. Oh, it doesn't need to do anything new. Then how is it the greatest game ever? Yeah. So, hey, what's up, Doctor Xbox? How are you? How are you? And he called it Boogeyman too. Yeah, yeah, man. There's been a lot of. It's funny. There's been a lot of videos just posting like the worst of the worst of that game with the bugs, and and I've seen so many comments in the likes of, man, Can you believe Bethesda released a least better game than Insomniac? Oh man, but that's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. But hey, what's up, FaZe? Thank you for joining. Ponies are mentally slow. Yeah, man, they're overcompensating badly, Doctor Xbox. Hey, what's up, J Rock? Thank you for joining. And shout out to J Rock. He does great work in the Xbox community. Absolutely fantastic guy and a hilarious guy. Wanted to buy Spider Man, but not now. Hey, FaZe, you have a PlayStation 5? I didn't know that, man. Yeah, my thing when it comes to for me personally in buying PlayStation games, $20 or less. $20 or less. That's my rule. But yeah, and it's gonna be the same if I decide to get Spider-Man 2. Because I got Spider-Man Miles Morales from my brother when he gave me his PlayStation. So that's how I played that one. And the thing is, I even try to give it credit by saying, "Hey, it's the one Sony game that didn't start with a boring, shitty cutscene. At least it started with the Rhino boss fight. Then the more I played it, the usual typical Sony bullshit came out. The shitty voice acting, the long cutscenes. For some reason, Miles Morales, who's supposed to be a teenager in New York City, sounds like a damn Valley girl by how he speaks. And Spider-Man 2 is really no different. It's literally more. Spider-Man 2 is the quintessential more of the same game. You know what I'm saying? Where if you played this, hell, watching the gameplay, it looked like it was from the Beanox era of Spider-Man games. It looks so familiar. It looks so similar, you know. And then it just though I don't know. Maybe now you could surf water or some dumb shit. Yay! But the moment to moment parts of the gameplay it is why I now die on this hill. If Spider-Man 2 was a multi-plat like Assassin's Creed or like Madden, it would be criticized for being more the same. And instead of getting nines and tens, it would have got seven and eights. And I'll die on that hill. And I will die on that hill because my eyes are not deceiving me. And sorry, gaming world, you're not going to sit here and tell me what I am and I'm not seeing with my own two eyes. And if I do get it, and if I do get it for cheap, and I play this shit for a few hours and get sick of it because it feels exactly like the last Spider-Man game, don't get mad at me for not liking this shit. Toolman 55 says Destin, Colin Moriarty, and Ryan McCaffrey will keep your Sony spirits alive. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. They they're good. They're good cheerleaders for the brand, but they're cheerleading for a team that's getting blown out 25 to 7 right now, basically. So what are you cheerleading for? You're still cheerleading for the losing side. All right. These guys are the Detroit Lions for today. And sorry, Lions fans, it's just y'all got your ass whooped today. Hey, what's up, Sega man? Y'all got your ass whooped today, so I got to use you as an example. And when they lost, like what it was, 38-6, something like that. That's what we're dealing with. Because Spider-Man, listen, Spider-Man 2 is not only another another Spider-Man game, another third-person game, another story-driven game. The only thing that they've got going for is that it's Oscar bait, basically. So reviewers eat that stuff up. Reviewers don't eat up games like Starfield because that's too much. That's too much time. That's why. That's why. Somebody showed me one reviewer saying that they beat the game in 20 hours. I couldn't believe it because when I was 20 hours into Starfield, I wasn't shitting to the main story. So that told me he had to be rushing things. He had to be pushing A to skip dialogue choices. You know what I'm saying? But with Spider-Man 2, it's the complete opposite. You could beat this in 12, 15 hours and then get back to your day. Faye said, "Yeah, man, I barely use it." Okay, that's what's up, man. Now I know Faye's got a PS5 that he don't use as well. Yeah, I hear you, man. What's up, J Rock? Hey, what's up, man? Sega Man, I already said this. What's up to Sega Man? David Cohen said, "Have you played Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga on the Series X? It runs and looks nice on that console. You should give it a try." Yeah, and here's the thing: I'm not even like a big Lego guy, but yeah, that game is fun. And it's great that it came to Game Pass. You know, but yeah, man. And here's the kicker: for some people, David Cohen, Lego Star Wars is their favorite Star Wars game. That's how damn good that was for some people. Hey, what's up, Coco Fiend 93? He said, "What's up, Unlimited Chat? Hope all is well." Yeah, man, all is good, man. I'm just gonna talk about some video games for about an hour, then we're gonna go back to enjoy our week. What's up, JCon 79? A one one and done game. Yeah, listen, Dr. Xbox. There are people who already finished Spider-Man 2 and it came out on October 20th. Some of them finished it yesterday, Dr. Xbox. Some of them finished it yesterday. So when you say one and done, that's an understatement. One and done should now mean one day and done because these dudes are done with it in one day. And I just and and look, I don't know how some of these people got time to play any game that way because like Hi-Fi Rush, one of the best games of the year, not long. It's not the one game of the year, but here's the kicker. Hi-Fi Rush is a $30 game if you bought it, and it's on Game Pass for those who don't want to buy it. And it's about a 15-hour game, extremely fun. Even that took me a few days to get through it because, but for these guys beating Spider-Man 2 in one day, like dude, and you paid $70 for it. Some of y'all got the collector's edition, so y'all dropped $200 for it. Yeah, man, at that price it is. Because listen, if Spider Man was a $30 game, okay, you expect it to be on the shorter end, but at $70, 5 hours of cutscene and all this other nonsense, man. I mean, it is what it is, and listen, that's their savior for this year. And then they don't even know what's coming in the near future. And don't tell me about these third party games y'all aren't going to buy, like Stellar Blade, that another game Sony paid for off the console, off Xbox. I mean, right? Spider-Man 2 has no replay value. Yeah, Doctor. Oh, thank you, Doctor Xbox. Let me put that on screen. So yeah, in Spider-Man 2, you can't even switch from day to night. But here's the worst part. Uh, uh, here's the worst part. There we go. Spider-Man 2 don't even have New Game Plus right now. And by the way, if Redfall didn't have New Game Plus or Starfield, that would have been outrage fuel right there. If instead of saying Marvel Spider-Man 2 post launch update to add New Game Plus, if that says Starfield post launch added New Game Plus, everybody would make 1,000 videos bitching and moaning. But yet Spider-Man 2, which is so one and done, you're not even going to be able to move your save to a new file until months later. That you paid $70 for, that's the best Sony could do this year. That's that's the best they could do against Forza, Starfield, Redfall, Hi-Fi Rush, Ravenlock, and all the games that are on Game Pass. That a game where they had to rush out because and couldn't even put New Game fucking Plus, something damn near every open world game and has these days. I meant the Lego Star Wars game from 2007. Oh, sorry, David. No, I did not play that one. I did not play that one. I played the latest one that hit Game Pass. I, I'm not even sure if I own that one, but yeah, I didn't play that one, David. Game Over said I'd rather buy Alan Wake 2 for $70 on my Series S with more replayability. Yeah, pretty much. Alan Wake 2 looks like it's going to be some good stuff too. And Remedy does very good work. My Remedy favorite Remedy game is still Quantum Break. You know, and the thing about Quantum Break, that was one of them games that had a lot of those dialogue choices. So and one way you could choose one branch and see how it goes. if you replay and then choose the opposite, which you chose the first time, see how it differs. And it just had great gameplay in general. Which, for me personally, I'm not. I fully admit, guys, I'm not the story guy when it comes to my video games. I could care less about the story most of the time in video games. If it's fun, you 9 out of 10 times you sold me. Every once in a while there'd be a game that it's fun at a technical level, but with probably a little bland or something. Okay, that happens. But most of the time, from my game experience at least, guys, is the game fun? Then chances are I like it, and it doesn't end up being more complicated than that. Because these stories in video games, they're not. It's not the same. These video game stories, some of them try to be like a freaking Martin Scorsese film, and then they just end up coming off like bad theater projects, right? Bad community college theater projects, man. Especially these Sony games with the overacting and all that, you know. And it's like for me, when I get to a cutscene in a video game, for me, it's just like a momentary break from the gameplay, really. It pushes the story forward, and then I'm back to the fun part, which is actually playing the game. So yeah, I just want to say that. Coco Fiend here said it's funny how the ponies don't understand that Microsoft funded the engine that Spider-Man uses till this day. The same engine from Sunset Overdrive. Sony wouldn't pay up. Yeah, that's right. And the story behind that, Coco Fiend, was I believe Insomniac went to Sony originally, but Sony wanted to own the IP. I think that's how it was, Coco. Sony wanted to own the IP. Insomniac didn't want to let them at the time. And so they went to Microsoft, and Microsoft said, "Yeah, go ahead and make it and put it on our console." And good for them because that was my favorite game of the 8th generation. I love Sunset Overdrive, and it's so weird how that game is so fun. It's a game where the story don't matter in Sunset Overdrive. It's just a fun time for however long it is, right? The creative guns, the silly over the top humor, the silly over the top villains and enemies, the traversal, which is extremely fun. So you see the Sunset Overdrive influence on these Spider-Man games, but the Spider-Man games just kind of like suck some of that fun out and Sonyfy it, where now you get the melodrama, the long cutscenes, the typical boss fights, the QTEs and stuff like that. Spider-Man can't save the PlayStation. Spider-Man couldn't save Gwen Stacy. So his goofy ass can't save PlayStation. Oh, that's a clever one, Dr. Xbox. That's a clever one, man. Yeah, yeah. And here's the thing. Couldn't save Gwen Stacy. That's good. That's good. Um, yeah, but here's the thing. And yet so what was so funny, Dr. Xbox, is you had the PlayStation fans just saying insane stuff. Insomniac was worth more than Activision. Spider-Man is bigger than every game on Xbox, yada yada yada, right? The hilarious stuff, right? And yet watch how in a few months, when everything settles down, when people are over this game, how it's going to come out that it's sold as much as any other PlayStation game. Didn't like the world on fire, uh, um, you know, and then they're going to go back to talking about Xbox when Xbox has another fantastic year as they release Towerborn, Avowed, Clockwork Revolution, Hellblade 2, and whatever else they got in the works. Because one company has a vision and is putting that vision to excellent use this generation, and the other one is stuck in the past, trying to suck every little dime they can by remastering remakes and doing your typical games who are afraid to take risks. After watching the Ninja Theory video on that costume design and how realistic that Hellblade 2 is going to be, has me chomping at the bit to play it. Yeah, man, that's going to be the graphical showcase, man. There's been a lot of fantastic games, fantastic looking games. Hellblade is going to blow people's mind. It's going to blow people's mind. How great that game is going to end up looking. let's see. Miles is Cuban now, apparently. Oh, that's right. That's right. He's Puerto Rican, but they put the Cuban flag. You know, it's funny. It's funny, Wilkins. I'm glad you brought that out, brought it up because Sony games are known for quote unquote polish and quality, right? And all this, and yet, one of the most simple mistakes they made, as putting the wrong flag in the game, is something that it shouldn't have been overlooked. But you know what it is though. You know what it is. They don't actually got Puerto Ricans working at Insomniac. That's why they didn't catch it. You know these companies love their diversity and stuff in games, but since they aren't actually part of those cultures, they don't be knowing what the fuck they're doing. So you get mistakes like that should never happen, right? Nor any Cuban would tell you would know their flag in their sleep, but someone who's not, who doesn't interact with Puerto Ricans or Cubans, they just see Hispanic country and ran with it. You know, Game Over said ponies be crazy, saying that Spider-Man 2 is the best superhero game. For me, it's the Arkham games are better. Yep, agreed. And here's how I'll break that down. Game Over. Batman Arkham started with, it was only in Arkham Asylum. Then in Arkham City, it wasn't fully Gotham. Remember, in Arkham City, they just extended the borders of Arkham basically to try to control the crime. And then you got Arkham Origins, which was a prequel to everything. And then finally in Arkham Knight, you finally got all of Gotham in one map, right? And so each game, the world grew more and more and more. With Spider-Man, New York City, New York City, New York City. Oh, put the Bronx in Brooklyn. What did they add? The Bronx in Brooklyn, I think. Yay. I mean, just that's the best that they could do against a game like Starfield. And so they got, since the PlayStation got the reviewers in their back pocket, at least they got the solace, and this helps them sleep at night. At least it helps them sleep at night that it has a higher review Metacritic score than Starfield. But hey, what game sold more? Listen, let's not forget, Starfield is currently the seventh best-selling game in 2023. Let's not forget, Starfield was Bethesda's biggest launch for a game ever in company history. So we're dealing with, and Spider-Man 2 is not going to do those numbers. Hell, I already saw some that apparently the physical, at least physically, it's selling less than Spider-Man 1. Now, here's the thing: most video game sales are digital, so there's probably an asterisk to that. I may be an Xbox fan, but I can be fair what I need to. But still, we know that Spider-Man 2 is not going to sell as much as the first one. We know that right now. It's just not. Listen, if there are 40 million PlayStation 5 owners right now, 40 million, all 40 million of them are not, hell, not even 30 million of them are going to be buying this fucking game. It's just not going to happen. So you could scratch out record breaking sales off their list there. David Cohn said, I love seeing the old logo from the 360 back compat on the Xbox Series X with the fast loading times compared to the consoles that used to be mechanical hard drives. Yeah, I'm with you there, man. These yeah, the SSDs in these modern consoles are I can't go back. you know, I got an Xbox One over at my parents' house to play something when I'm over there, and the loading is slow that I be thinking that the game's crashed on me when no, it's just that last last year it's just that last generation, I mean, the typical hard drive wasn't nearly as fast as what's in now. So yeah, man, and it's the same with the 360 games, and it's why I do wish that there's universal backwards compatibility with every Xbox and OG Xbox and 360 game to take advantage of it, man. Hey, did you hear about the Sony fanboy wanting to kill all Xbox gamers? Yes, I did, Dark Reven. Yes, I did. And it's typical, that's the typical over the top Sony fanboys who can't stomach any criticism. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. When I get off from doing these shows, I don't think about this stuff. I don't give a fuck about I don't give a fuck about this console war shit. Listen, I've never once played a game and thought, "Oh my god, what is Twitter going to think?" I've never once played a game and thought, "Man, I enjoyed the game, but it got a 75 on Metacritic, so it sucks." I never think these things, but apparently these PlayStation fans do, because they be getting triggered and they be sending death threats to Xbox guys. These guys could be nuts. Starfield will be nominated for Game of the Year. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, the Game of the Year, like they probably going to do that out of pretty, because they know it'll be just like too hectic if they leave all Xbox games out of it. We might get lucky and Hi-Fi Rush would be nominated too, but I don't watch the award shows, Dr. Xbox, so it means nothing to me personally. But I know it means something to other people who desperately want Xbox to get the same level of praise Nintendo and Sony does. Xbox would have been crucified for the same bugs and mistakes like the flag. Yep. Like I said earlier, Wilkins, if this article said Starfield post launch will add new game plus, do you know how many videos would make bitching about Starfield? I'm just saying, man. They hide behind their anime profile pics. Yep. Listen. You know you're going to get a toxic PlayStation dude when they got Spider-Man or anime as their profile pic. Then you really fucked, because those are the ones that say the really off the wall crazy shit. Yeah. Apparently David Jaffrey out here teasing some bad news or something for Sony. You know. Mm. If it ends up being big news, maybe I'll talk about it. Your boy don't work this week. But yeah, man, back to the topic, man. 2023 2023 has been a fascinating year, because I'm seeing the PlayStation dudes start trying to call out Sony for what they used to do to Xbox. Where are the games? Where the showcase? I mean, Colin Moriarty said that there's supposed to be a second showcase this year, man. Colin Moriarty, where is it, man? We're still waiting. It was supposed to come in August, if I'm not mistaken. Now it's almost November and nothing to be seen, man. So one side's on the winning team, and that the side on the winning team has Bethesda, Activision, Blizzard, King, Gears, Halo, Forza, Avowed, excuse me, and all these other IPs. So many games that I just saw that People Can Fly has a new Xbox exclusive in the works. So they even got unannounced games coming later this generation. We're not sure about. We still need to see more from the likes of State of Decay 3 and Fable and Contraband and Indiana Jones. So Xbox lineup, when people bitched about that roadmap, Phil seemed to have taken it so seriously that he gave us a decades long roadmap, because I mean, my goodness, there are so many games in Xbox, I can't even remember them all. At best, I could just remember the ones that's coming up in the next upcoming year. And that's because my game Avowed is on that list. Towerborn, which looks like it's going to be something fun, is on that list. You know? Uh, doesn't it show how awful the reviews are if they don't call out Spider-Man for using the wrong flag? Yeah, listen, Wilkins, some of them probably didn't even notice, you know, because I guarantee that many of them probably had the scene where the Cuban flag was in Puerto Rican's Miles Morales' room, and they didn't even notice 1 second. It seemed like it was the Puerto Ricans who noticed and called him out specifically. So I'm not surprised at all that they didn't notice it was the wrong flag. right? I think if they would have gotten the American flag wrong, then they would have noticed. That probably would have been the only flag. Which DC comic character should get their own game? The Green Lantern Corps. Either that or give me a full AAA big budget Justice League game. All right, and I don't mean like that, like Avengers. And I don't get me wrong, I enjoyed that Avengers game. No, 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 no. If you're gonna go Justice League, do it right. All right, get Rocksteady to do it. And don't make it an always online type thing. Don't make it a forced co-op thing. Mm-mm. I want a big budget Justice League game, but since that's never going to happen, give me Green Lantern at least. If I get a Green Lantern game, I'll die a happy man. And because you could do a lot with Green Lantern. Hell, Green Lantern could be the next great space RPG, but just from DC, since they're essentially based space cops going to each sector. You know, we could get all the Earth guys like John Stewart and Kyle Rayner and Hal Jordan and Jessica Cruz. You could speech. We could even go further in that with all the space, the alien races that are Green Lantern Corps members. Fight the Yellow Lanterns, fight the Red Lanterns and the Atrocitus and all them. That'd be incredible. By the way, MBG is a fake gamer. Yeah, is that really surprising? Game over. This is a guy who jumped ship from Xbox to PlayStation. You know, and now he's got to ride that PlayStation dick so hard, despite Sony's failings. And here's the kicker: a lot of these guys are extremely exposed um because people like MBG, the same stuff they were quote unquote pissed off at Xbox at Game Over, they make excuses for Sony. So that tells me they didn't even give a fuck back then. They were just following trends, if you will, following what was popular. Don't let these selfish Sony ponies get to you. Game Over. They are clearly damage controlling for that stupid piece of plastic. Yeah, pretty much. Because listen, that's all they got is Spider Man, right? That's all they got. Ponies are weak. They're softer than Charmin tissue. They're not about that life. So that pony can kill that idea. And here, you know what? It's funny because the same people who do nothing but make fun of Xbox, the moment that a PlayStation game gets any criticism, there are two responses. You get the neutral card. Console wars are bad, guys. We should all get along. Great gaming's great for everyone. Or you get the pity party. What? I mean, look at these Xbox, man, calling out Sony or coming out Spider Man. They're jealous. They're jealous, and it's so sad, and it's so sad, man. Uh, all because of what? Because the one game that they thought was going to be game of the century turned out to just be another game. You know, they could dish it, but they can't take it, and that shit is so annoying. Because on the Xbox side, you had to take it for the whole generation. You had to take everything, and then not only that, you weren't only taking it from the fanboys. You had, as an Xbox guy, especially last generation, you had to take it from the media, from the YouTubers, from the clickbait, from the hate. You had to take it from all that bullshit. And like I still remember posting game clips of Crackdown 3 and people telling me that I should delete the game and the game is trash and this and that. And I'm just trying to enjoy the fucking game. So I feel no sympathy when Sony fans get it back and now they want everybody to be nice to them and shit. So they could be as toxic as possible, but we can't say nothing back. Come on now. MBG is definitely fraudulent. Yep. It said breaking news: PlayStation sold over 59 million units and Xbox Series X 17 million. Yeah, cool game out here just flat out lying. But that's the trolls for you, man. Y'all got no no dignity. You know, so since you got no dignity, I got no issue blocking you. Xbox should make a Marvel Blade game. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome and violent. Call of Duty next month. And Diablo. So Diablo's going to Game Pass next month. Is that what you're saying, J Rock? Am I reading this right? Or are you saying that it's just releasing next month? 1 second, guys. Let's see. Oh, official gamer. I already know he's gonna say some bullshit. Yeah, listen. Third place Xbox got Activision and Blizzard and all that, so it means nothing to me, man. I think a Spawn game could have potential. Yeah, they're we used to get Spawn games, and I think they're pretty good. So wasn't it one like Spawn Armageddon and all that? So yeah, I'd be down for that. Cool thing, Coco thing. I smell a pony. Yeah, yeah. They're just trolls. They ain't here by good faith or none of that bullshit. You know. Let's see here. All right, let's it's okay. Microsoft has 40 billion to spare if they want. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, man. Let's listen. Microsoft and money, not a big deal. You know, they'll figure it out. They got some of the best lawyers, um, accountants, and all that other stuff. So, plus, I don't even think that shit is true. You know, probably ain't even that true. Knowing these guys, you know, they spice it up. They bullshit a little. Bullshit a little. That's all they do is bullshit. Call of Duty next month. Microsoft makes 40% of all revenue. That's the cheddar. Yep. And that's going to fund our next set of games. And it's going to fund the next it's going to fund the next acquisition. It's going to fund a lot of stuff. You know, I'm hyped. You know, listen, I'm not even a Call of Duty fan, but knowing what Call of Duty is going to make that money like Halo did. Remember, Halo made $10 billion in its lifetime. Minecraft, Roblox, Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, and all this money they making is funneling into other avenues for Xbox. You got people defending Cuban Miles. It's hilarious. That is hilarious. but that they don't. That's because they don't know anything. It isn't true at all. Yeah, Zink. I figured it ain't. It's not even remotely true. More bullshit from them. But again, they have no integrity. So lying is just what they do. I'm more surprised if they came up here and told the truth for once, because that sure has never happened. Name a game you think deserves a remake. Oh, good question. Good question. Good question. Let me come back to you on that one, Dark Reven, because there's definitely been a lot of games over the years, and I'm not sure what game that's on my list to have a remake. To be honest with you, the flag is not just messed up; it's in Miles' house too. Yeah, they completely botched it. You know, they completely botched it, man. Um, and again, my theory on that is simple. They just don't have any. They don't really have any Hispanic or Puerto Rican employees so they didn't know. They didn't know. They just saw any Hispanic flag and ran with it. You know, and the, and they thought they had something going. Uh, but this one again, it's 100%. If that happened in Xbox game, would have been bitching. Dion Hayes said, Phil Spencer said, I'm going to give y'all a roadmap so I won't have to hear no damn more for 2023. 2024 and beyond. So y'all will have plenty of games to play. Just got done with Activision. Who's next? Yeah, pretty much. Well, Dion, actually, the roadmap is from like 2020. Because you remember, that's when they showed all of them games. State of Decay, Perfect Dark, Avowed. I mean, a whole bunch of games from like 2020, man. So he pretty much started this whole generation saying, hey, I'm going to show you a large list of what we got. And it turned out to not even be everything. And like a quarter of them games have only been released. Uh, Jesus, Dark Even. That's pretty dark hearing about Pony sending death threats. Also, cool games. What are you talking about? Xbox Series consoles are selling well. Yeah, no. I had to block him because he's a troll. He lies every once in a while, and he creates news accounts. It seems like to come here and say that nonsense, and it's never true. So yeah, so when I see stuff like that, I try to catch it and block it because it's bullshit. It's just when it's in bullshit. David, he don't give a shit, man. Game Over said we have Hellblade 2 and much more next year. Ponies only have Final Fantasy 7 remake. Yeah, huh? I, I I thought there was already a Final Fantasy 7 remake on PlayStation. Feel free to correct me on that. Game Over. I could have sworn there was, but yeah, next year it looks like it's going to be amazing as well. And here's the thing: every year going forward for the Xbox is looking amazing because, like Phil and Matt Booty been saying forever, um, they're now hitting that part where they could get that strategy down of what they want to do for ages, which was having a good rotation of games every few months, every quarter, at least one big game a quarter or something like that. Transformers for sure. Oh yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good, man. Brute Force deserved that remake. Oh wow, I remember Brute Force. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely a lot of options to be remade because there are so many games that we haven't seen in decades at this point. Wait, it got Mission Replay. I don't think it got Mission Replay, Gun Griffin, and New Game Plus. Those were standards for the first two games. They're trying to make Spider-Man 2 into a live service. or Gun Griffin. Maybe Sony's just mismanaging. Maybe that's it. Xbox 2024 showcase is gonna leave ponies broken. Nah, Coco Fiend. It's the Xbox Bethesda Activision Blizzard King 2024 showcase. You're gonna have to create an acronym. We gotta come up with an acronym for that shit next year, man. I hope they buy somebody else. So it could be like the Xbox Bethesda Activision Blizzard King Sega showcase or something. We need a new multiplayer Transformers game ASAP. Yeah, they need to bring back the War for Cybertron series. That's what they need to do. Gun Griffin, imagine you got to pay to control the weather. Hey, don't give Sony any ideas. They desperate for money. Oh my god, you had to use destruction in the Battlefield game. I'd walk away from the franchise forever. Yeah, man. Final Fantasy 7 again. Yep. And here's the thing. Don't there's already a Final Fantasy 7 remake on PlayStation. So, how many times can they milk that shit, man? And these games don't even sell for Square Enix like that. One AAA game per quarter. That's right. That's what they want. One AAA game per quarter. Xbox is dead. No one's buying it or wanting it. They're collecting dust in almost all retail stores across America and the US. Hey, all around gamer. I don't know if you're official gamer 3.0 or whatever, but yeah, they're so dead that they just bought Activision. Come on, dude. Use your brain. Use your brain, but get your ass out of here. You need to at least have you. Listen, I'm gonna have to channel my inner Sega man and tell your ass to go back to school because clearly you don't know how to read anything. Jay Rembert, I want to know what that bad PlayStation news is gonna be. Yeah. what's his name? David Chaffee was teasing it, so you'll find out tomorrow. Pony alert. Yep, another pony. Yep. Sometimes they come up here, say they're nonsense, and it's it's never true. It's never correct. It's nothing. Game Over said, I think Final Fantasy Rebirth or something. That's all for the ponies next year. We on Xbox Game Pass eating good. Yeah, yeah, man. Again, another Final Fantasy, another Spider Man, another God of War. Apparently they're going to remake Horizon Forbidden Entertainment. Dead company that's giving you nothing interesting, nothing new, nothing creative, and relying on the same old, same old, same old. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, 100? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We having a good time today. We having a good time. Dark Raven said, "Do you think World of Warcraft is coming to Xbox now?" I think so. I think it's going to get the same treatment Age of Empires got. Because remember, that was on PC for the longest. Then earlier this year, it finally came to Xbox. Well, thank you, Dark Raven. Always leaving out Age of Empires off the list of great games that came to Xbox this year. Shame on me for that. But yeah, I think World of Warcraft is going to get the Xbox treatment the same way Age of Empires does. The XBAB, the Zob, the Zabab, the XBAB showcase something. Yeah, that's what we getting, man. The XBAB showcase. Facts. Next year's showcase is gonna be insane. Yeah, that thing might they might as well just make it a whole week long with all the studios and staff they got now. Because how the hell you gonna contain all that in a 90-minute show? Wait until all the classic Activision Blizzard games are released on Game Pass. Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you for joining, Silver Swagger 128. Yeah, yeah, man. When those games hit Game Pass, it's gonna be another jump in subscriptions, especially with the Call of Duty games. Right, dead company spends 70 billion. Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, when the PlayStation fanboys come in and say that nonsense, it's just come on, man. Listen, I know you guys got a third grade education, so it's technically me picking on a kid, you know. But my goodness, you got to have better. You got to have more brain cells than this. I mean, how the hell can this company spend so much money and be dead at the same time? Let's see. I thought Miles Morales was African American. Technically, he's mixed, but black and Puerto Rican. You know, but if you going if but the Black American flag is just the U.S. flag, and these days, these days let's just put it this way: these days, they don't be having that same pride in America like that, so you don't be seeing that as much. If Xbox buys Square Enix next, it's a wrap for Sony. Yeah, I mean, PlayStation fans are giving Xbox enough money with Minecraft and Call of Duty and the Bethesda games like Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76. So they got enough money going to excuse me going to their pockets, man. So that'll definitely be a wrap. Hit the like button, people. Hey, thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay, for the support. Do you think Xbox will buy Sega anytime soon? I have no clue what to predict. It'll be nice if they bought Sega. Sega did say that they have a better relationship with Microsoft and Xbox than Nintendo and Sony. Hold on, let me Yeah, so remember back in the summer, and I'm pulling that up. Yeah, back in the summer, Sega said that they weren't open to being acquired, but money talks, and they have a great relationship with Microsoft. And so you never know, Doctor Xbox. You never know. You're what your father is, so he's African American. Oh, okay, that's right. That's right. His dad is black and his mom's Puerto Rican. Yeah, listen, I don't. Yeah, being a bigger DC fan than Marvel, I forget little stuff like that. But you're right. That's usually how the rule works. You are what your father is. Yeah, he's Puerto Rican as well. Yeah, I mean, he's a fake character, so it doesn't really matter. But still, I get what you guys are saying. I get what you guys are saying, big time. And I hope you guys get what I'm saying, that it didn't do shit to save to save Sony this year. You know, it listen, can you imagine a survival horror game but with dinosaurs? That'd be pretty terrifying. Yeah, man. I'm surprised there no Jurassic Park game with in that style. Dark Revan. I'm surprised that there ain't that. Let's see. Dino Crisis. Oh yeah, that's right. Dino Crisis. Man, I'm getting old. I be forgetting stuff. Wilkins say, "Hey, Unlimited, did you get to finish Phantom Liberty? I got off Starfield and finished it. No, I didn't finish it. I barely started it, man. Because I matter of fact, because I'm still on Starfield and Assassin's Creed Mirage are the two main games I'm playing. So once I get through those, then I'll finally dig my heels into Phantom Liberty. And the thing about Phantom Liberty and the developers of Cyberpunk has done this like twice, where they reset my whole character. So now I need to find out how to redo my build, because I used to have a Netrunner build, right? And I'm trying. So let me fix. So first, I need to figure out how I'm going to reset my Netrunner, make sure she's powerful again, like she was before. And then once I get back that down, I'm gonna jump back into Phantom Liberty, because I heard it's excellent, and I love Cyberpunk. Listen, I've been a Cyberpunk defender since day one. Basically, I love that game. Loved every second of it, and beat the original story. Ponies take another L for Boogeyman 2. Yep, 2020. Listen, Dr. Xbox, has Xbox taken more L's this year than any other time in their history? I mean, just the I mean the amount of consecutive L's. Because I think they've taken more L's this year than at the worst years of the PlayStation 3 era. And that was a time that they told people that they'd gladly work a second job for that $600 console. And yet, I think this year was worse than that. Jim Ryan is a fake ass businessman. If he cared about competition, he wouldn't got caught lying his way through the gaming industry. But its worst crime was charging $70 for broken, buggy games. Yeah, so, his job what was to, I don't know, try to make Sony some money, but that company, talk about going nowhere fast, man. Talk about going nowhere fast. When you're invested in one RPG, you cannot just hop into the other. Yeah, Wilkins, exactly, man. And right now, Starfield, I gotta get through Starfield before I get back to Cyberpunk. Plus, again, I already beat Cyberpunk's original story, so I'm really just be talking into DLC. And then Starfield is so massive that it was never going to be a game that I beat in a short amount of time. Like, I don't rush games in general, you know, but yeah, I don't rush games in general. So Starfield was always going to be like it's going to take a while to beat like the Elder Scrolls games are, you know. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you everybody for joining on this Sunday show. as we talk some Xbox, talk some PlayStation. We sum up how Spider-Man 2 isn't really the game of the year or the greatest game ever, and there's a lot of overcompensating because they got to, you know. And I hope you guys enjoy your week. Probably be back later this week, especially if there's any big news. And with that, you guys take care, and I'm out.